It feels and sounds and looks really weird. The ceilings feel a heap lower. The sound in here is just dead. Oh, it's such a huge change in so little time. Yeah, so wall bats are installed in 2 or 3 bedrooms. We've got some ceiling bats in here. Out here you can probably hear that it's still a bit echoey. But in the rooms we've got the ceiling bats and the wall bats finished off. We've done 2 rooms to completion and we're working on the 3rd room over here. Just started the ceiling up in here. It's going pretty well. Very, very itchy. Want to go and have a shower now just to get all of the fiberglass and stuff out of my hands. It's just so weird. This ceiling framework was a big change. Having bats on top of it, massive change. So still a bit of work to go. Well, g'day. We've had a couple of weekends going batty. Sorry, we've spent a couple of days putting bats in, fiberglass bats we use here in Australia. We've got sound bats in the walls purely just to reduce the sound that's going around, but they are also thermally rated to a R2.5. which is about half of what you'd normally use in a ceiling. It's about all you'll get in a 90mm stud spacing. So the studs that we use here are 90mm wide. They're still in there, but the plaster will keep them in there. R4.1s in the roof. We've got R5 roof panels, so we're about R9 rating, which is overkill, but that's all right. We had to, it was a bit tricky to get bats right in on the side here. So this last little beam, not a lot of space in there, so we came as far as we could, and that's still R5 panels. This is now R4.1 with R5 panels above. So look, it's going to be fine. That'll be all right. We weren't really sure whether we were going to insulate everything that we possibly could, seeing as it's already performing really well. But we decided that we're never going to have a chance to do it again, so let's just get in and do it. We haven't done anything with the mezzanine wall. This is going to have the kitchen against it. That's only laundry and larder in the back there, and entryway sort of around the corner. We didn't really feel like we needed to insulate all of that. We also didn't feel like clambering up on a ladder and insulating the bulkhead. We probably should have, but like I said, we're already R5s in the roof panels, and that's a long way up for probably not a whole lot of gain. So we've just finished. We've done ceilings in the 2 bedrooms behind us. Master bedroom here. And this bedroom, which is actually a sewing room. I don't know why you'd want a whole room for that, but apparently you do. So heavily insulated sound wall there for industrial sewing machines that'll be going flat out in here. Plus probably lots of talking. Lounge room, R4.1s. And then the second most important room in the house, my room, of course. So essentially a second master bedroom, about the same size as the bedroom. And a study, which could be a small bedroom, I suppose. What's that, a fourth bedroom, or it's just a study? So today is the day. Well, today is the night. We've got stuff happening. We've done all the bats, as you've seen. We've lugged this window that tried to kill me a couple of times. We've just lent that up against those windows over there because that's probably the least in the way. We've got cardboard down on the floor to protect the surface of the concrete. Hopefully we've got plasterers starting tomorrow. I don't know if they're just going to deliver the stuff and then start on Wednesday, but I reckon this might be the last opportunity to look at our glorious timber work. Anyway, really exciting. Pumped to get to this point that we are at the moment with plaster imminently arriving. It was a bit of a last minute, okay, yes, they're coming. I gave Alex notification that we were pretty much ready for it. And he spoke to the plasterers and they said, well, as it happens, we've got an opening on Tuesday. I was expecting like October, but things have moved a little bit faster, which is good. Doesn't often happen that way, but it meant that we had a bit of a last minute scramble to get things ready. But this is it. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Well, one of the moments that I've been anticipating. Let's go that way. It's been a little while, I know, but there's been circumstances and such. So my wife managed to score COVID from somewhere. So I bravely bailed, pulled up all of my skirts and ran away. So I haven't been down here for a little while, and looks like people have been in here getting plastered or something. So this is our tall wall on the east side, and we've got box beam sort of covered up, and we've got a west wall covered up. And it's all looking quite fabulous. We've got a lounge room. It's really changed the sound in here again too. It's starting to echo again. This is our bulkhead. Sorry for moving the camera around all over the place. It's a bit hard to get everything without it, but you know. Little triangular pieces there. We'll have an uplight, basically a downlight upside down. Is it downside up? It'll be downside up. Oh my goodness. Anyway, to everybody else, they're just normal rooms starting to look finished. To us, it's a big deal. We're so used to having SIP roofs and SIP walls and just stud work everywhere. It's very different to come out into an area like this and have sort of so much whiteness. I really like it. It's looking really good. I'm very pleased. The guys are doing a really good job. From what I can tell, I'm no plasterer, but it looks beautiful. It's flat and smooth and yeah, really nice. So I do apologise for being a little tardy with my videos. This one's taken quite a while to put together because we're sort of going from bats in the walls and things like that, bats in the ceilings, to now we're sort of half finished plastering. But it's fun and games and it's all progress, so I'm very happy that it's moving along like it is. Quite pleased with the OSB up at the top there. It is quite a pronounced feature with all of this white around the place. Now that we don't have any more timber, like all of this wall here, this was all OSB. You could see the OSB on the roof here. Then we had massive ply section on the box beam. And of course you could see through the framework of the bulkhead, you could see all of the rest of this SIP panel going down this way. So now that it's not all there and it's all becoming quite stark and white, the SIP panel is really standing out in the roof section there. Anyway, that's just a bit of an update from me. There's certainly progress happening. I'm just not here to see it and sort of catch every little bit. But yeah, it's coming along really nicely. I'm very pleased. And the house is still warm, very warm. It's probably 20 degrees in here and I've just been running around with a broom and a vacuum cleaner. So it's, it'll dry their bog out pretty quickly and their glue. Sorry fellas, I hope you're working in shorts and singlets. I've also got, let's say, 2/3 of the carport done. This is going to be a very nice area out here. Once it's fully covered in, got some lights. Then we've got to do some cladding, I suppose. We have to get this ceiling finished off before we can clad these walls, but you know, one thing at a time. I'd say we've been waiting on it, but really we haven't. Anyway, that's it from me for the moment. We'll catch up with you on the next installment. Stay tuned. Or don't. Whatevs. It's a few days later. We've got most of a carport. Been making some oh gee, it's nice and warm in here. Been making some progress in here too. We've got a second light well. So it's just after 1 o'clock. So we're getting some afternoon sun come in the west side here, which is nice. Study's all finished. Well, study's got some sheeting on it and some bog down the sides. They've got to finish putting some mud into the windows. The lounge and kitchen is coming up really nicely. They've just started patching the joins on the end wall there. Another glorious day has gone by. Not a whole lot of change today, but certainly a lot more sanding. I have installed, I don't know if you can see them, a piece of timber across the top of these windows. That just covers up the clips that hold the windows in. It's sort of a finished feature. They're varnished pieces of Tassie oak or Vic ash or whatever you want to call them, and the OSB's varnished as well. So that's sort of finished up the top there. I know the owner of the business, but the fellas he's got working for him, they are... Can you keep the noise down please, Charlie dog? Young fellas he's got working for him are doing an excellent job. They're here sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock, and they're leaving about 4 o'clock. They're putting in pretty reasonable days, but doing, yeah, just a really good job. I'm very pleased. We have what's called, let me see if I can remember, it's called a tearaway. There's, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little tiny plastic strip right in the corner there. And something like this used to be on it, and it just protects the edge of the window like that, and when they're finished sanding this surface they just peel this off, and that's the finished surface in there. So it's a little plastic trim that goes underneath the mud here and sort of sits flush up against the window. They can get a nice, even if there's a bit of a bow in the window, they can get a really nice tight finish against the window frame there. So that looks finished. It looks way bigger on the camera. It's probably 4.5 meters this way by 5 meters this way. So this is the master bedroom. It is a little bit bigger. We're going to have built-ins on that wall, so that'll pretty much come out to the edge of the doorway. They'll go all the way across here. Can't wait to pull this cardboard up and have the floor there again. Interested to see what the light well looks like. Yeah, that's great. So that is a setting westerly sun. It's 5:30 and it's just beginning of spring. We're only a couple of weeks into spring now, so we're getting full westerly sun into that. That's really nice. I can't wait to paint that white and then have really nice yellow low sunlight coming into it. I reckon this is finished too. Gee, that's a good finish. Very happy. I'm no plasterer. I'll hang sheets, but man, bogging and sanding and doing all of the trim, that's an art. And you've got to have the gear for it, and these guys do. So I've just spent the afternoon mowing. I've had the day off today actually, which has been really nice. But I spent the morning mowing up the top here. I spent the afternoon mowing over there. I put these couple of pieces of timber in first thing this morning. Fixed a big patch in the driveway, dug out some clay, put some new gravel in there. Been busy all day. So it's really nice to come in here and see that other guys have been busy too. I reckon they've only got probably only got maybe one more day in here sanding and finishing off, and then I reckon they'll be out of here. It was good for putting these couple of pieces of timber up. Had the scissor lift here this morning and the fellas weren't quite ready to use it, so I sort of jumped in and cleaned off the rest of the labels from the windows and put those pieces of timber up. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. We've got the next project on the go is going to be painting. That's going to be a mammoth task, but I have I've ordered a Wagner CP350M, which is a paint sprayer. It pulls directly from the can. It's an airless sprayer, so it just pumps paint through a 15-metre hose and you sort of spray it on. Hopefully going to be as easy as all of the other videos on YouTube spraying this place, but they reckon it's 10 times faster. I'm hoping it is, because I'm not a big fan of painting. Really happy. Place is looking great. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. What do you reckon, Charlie Dog? Oh, you're deaf, aren't you? Oi! Charlie Dog! Yeah, deaf dog.